Hello, and welcome back to our blind playthrough of Return of the Obra Dinn. Music is still super epic. Anyone who's ever played this game probably feels the same way. Probably brings back some nostalgia. Reminds me of games like that have really powerful soundtracks like Outer Wilds and Blueprints that just, I don't know, those songs bring back some cool memories of when you've played and stuff. But anyways, this is part number 7 of our blind playthrough. We have 42 of 60 fates solved, so we only have 18 more to go. So I feel pretty good that we could potentially get all 60. We could potentially get most of the fates solved today. And I say most because there are a few characters that I think their fates are within the bargain chapter, so we need to, I think, solve as many possible fates, and then hopefully if we leave the ship, that's my feeling, is that if we leave the ship with all the fates in the book solved in each of the chapters, each of the parts of each of the chapters, that we will be able to get the bargain chapter, which will tell us maybe 5 more fates of people, so that we might only be missing 5. Maybe it's more. So that's my feeling. Full disclosure, I think in my last part I was starting to just get a little frustrated because I was feeling like something that I said at the beginning and I've said throughout this playthrough is I didn't want to brute force any guesses, and I felt like I kind of did a little bit on some of those, and I felt like the game almost was forcing you to. So I did look up a very small thing, which was I searched, I think literally my question was, in Return of the Obra Dinn, do you have to brute force guesses? And I was very careful in trying to like not read anything specific, but basically what I read is that no, you don't technically have to brute force. You certainly can. Obviously, when you get down to this many crewmates, it's a lot easier to just start brute forcing it. But you don't. That there are some very small details with some of the characters that could be hard to pick up on. So I had played like, I don't know, 4 hours kind of almost straight last time because I had done both parts back to back, so I think I was feeling a little mentally exhausted looking at all the details and not feeling like I was getting anywhere. So I'm feeling much more refreshed, and I'm really hoping that we can get the final 18 characters without doing any more brute forcing. So I'm trying to be very meticulous, look at very small details with some of our characters. And the biggest questions to me, the ones that are the hardest, I think we've talked about, are going to be, and we may have already brute forced a little bit on some of these guys, the Chinese topmen, which we did, looks like brute force 2 of them, so we got to figure out which is, I'm going to have to change that. We have Li Hong and Wei Lei. I really do feel like these 2 I kind of brute forced. And then the Russian guys, they're lower. This guy I did not brute force. We did figure out who he was gonna be, Leonid Volkov, because he was the only topman, the only Russian topman, versus his buddies are seamen, but we don't have their names, so I want to make sure I'm not brute forcing these 2. We're going to see if we can figure out which one is Alarkis Nikishin and who is Alexei Toporov. And then there's a few guys. There's the 3 remaining Indian men. We have Saeed, who died. We know him for sure, but we have Renfrid, Abraham, and William. My feeling about William is that, you know, like Abraham, Renfrid, Solomon are very, like, to me, would be more standard Indian names. William feels like a very English name. So maybe this guy, whoever is William, maybe he actually grew up, like, in England or something. So that would be one thing. Hamadou Diom from Sierra Leone is a seaman. I'm not sure who that is. We just randomly guessed this was Alexander Booth. I want to remove that as well. We did get Patrick O'Hagan, a little bit brute forcey, like kind of 50-50. And this guy, George Shirley, he was also pretty brute force. So we have a few that we like, you know, I got a little frustrated and just decided to kind of guess. Did I guess on this guy? I might have guessed on this guy too. It's hard to remember now everyone that we've gone through, but I think I want to get these last guys. We've got Timothy Butman, who's Scottish. Maybe we listen for a Scottish accent. We have Maba from New Guinea, who is a topman that we still need to figure out. So, where do we want to start? I think part of me wants to start maybe in the beginning. Or maybe we try and focus a particular person and bookmark their memories and then try and go in and see what we can figure out. He was drowned by a terrible beast. We haven't had him confirmed yet, but I do feel confident that that is him. Oh wait, no. This is one that we didn't want to guess. Never mind. We're going to put unknown seaman. I don't know which one he is. He's one or the other. How many guesses there? So I'm going to remove all the names of the people that we do not feel confident in. Like I said, that's really not... That's kind of the last thing I want to do is brute force. I think this is Zonghi Zathi, but I just don't know if we have his... I mean, he was... Can you say knifed by a terrible beast? I don't know. I feel like he was spiked by a terrible beast. Pretty sure he had the spikes in him. But we'll have to go back and look at that memory, maybe. But I am pretty confident that that is who that is. He was the final steward that we didn't know. We don't know this gentleman. Does he have any... Doesn't have any dialogue there. How did we end up guessing George Shirley? I'm not really sure. This guy, I can't believe we still haven't gotten this guy. We thought we knew this was Charles Minor so long ago, and then that did not come to fruition. This unknown soul. Why do we have this as an unknown soul? This is definitely Nathan Peters. Oh. Well, we might have just accidentally gotten some others. Oh, Duncan McKay was drowned by a terrible beast. Nathan Peters. Oh. What the heck? How did I not get that last time? And this is Alexander Booth. Okay. I feel like Alexander Booth might have been the only one that was like kind of a guess. The other two we definitely had. Okay, cool. They were drowned by a terrible beast because their ship, we found that detail that their ship was flung overboard. That's them in the escape, right? No, that's them in the part before, the Doom. Okay. So we have this unknown soul. He's an unknown topman. Helmsman. We got Charles Minor. Okay, so we're down to 15. These guys, they don't say anything. He doesn't ever say anything as far as I'm aware, which is why he's a 3. He's in so many memories, but he just doesn't say anything. As does the guy with the tattoos. Right? Topman, higher rated seaman specializing in work above the deck and the sails and rigging. Seaman, low-level crew members responsible for general manual labor on and below deck. Yeah. And then midshipman, officer in training, assists various officers and tradesmen in order to learn ship operations, usually of privileged status. Okay. I don't know if I read that or if I just don't remember that. That's the difference between a midshipman and a seaman and a topman. They're actually a little higher ranking, and they probably follow the officers a lot. I know what a steward is, mostly from Game of Thrones. Thank you, Game of Thrones. Thank you, the Night's Watch. And Jon Snow was Mormont. Well, he was the commander of the Night's Watch. His son was named Jorah Mormont. Anyways, I can't remember his name. I haven't watched that show in a while, but yep. Steward, helmsman, rated seaman, and control the ships. Yeah, we got helmsman. We've got purser. Okay, so let's go back to the list again one more time. I think we have... Yeah, his death is weird. I'm not sure how he died, so we need to figure that out. Clearly we have that wrong. I'm 98% sure this is the right person. Since his mate was torn apart, Charles Minor, we figured that out. And who that actually was this guy. So let's see. We really need to focus on finding out how he died. How he actually dies. Captain Steward. We don't know his ending yet. Maybe we can't know how he died yet. Well, we should be able to because it shows he died. So we should. The guys that we don't know are just the ones that don't have an action to put with their... So this is a topman, Timothy Butzman. We have 2 more of the Chinese topmen. We've got Maba, and we got Lewis Walker. And then we got the 2 Russian seamans. And then we've got the 3 Indian seamen. And we've got the Sierra Leone seamen. Sierra Leone. Is Sierra Leone on the map anywhere? I actually have no idea where Sierra Leone is. Is it more like... Where's Sierra Leone? I'm gonna look that up. Sorry. That might help me. West Africa. Sierra Leone, especially the Republic of Sierra Leone, is a West African nation bordered by Guinea, Liberia, and the Atlantic Ocean. Where the heck is it? Okay, so it's an African nation. So it would be someone more familiar with the area, potentially. That's what we've got left. So, who do we want to focus on first figuring out? We could go to our first memories and see who we have here that we haven't named. We haven't named this gentleman. This guy dies of illness, but we don't know which one he is. So maybe let's go back to the first chapter. This guy is there. There's a few unknowns in our first chapter. So let's start back there. I think our very first chapter is in here. No, this is part 2 of 2, but that's alright. Because part 1 is actually Samuel Peters getting crushed, and then this guy, the unknown, dies in the cargo. So what are we looking at here? We've got probably all the same people. Hoist away, lower away. Anything that tells us about these guys? There's gotta guess that this is an unknown seaman. Which means he's Indian or Russian or from Sierra Leone. I'll be honest, I think this guy looks like he might be one of the Russian dudes. Because I'm pretty sure we know. Pretty sure we know all the Indian guys, the 4 Indian guys are here. All the seamen. 4 Indian seamen. This guy is also a seaman, but I don't think he's any of the Indian guys. I don't think he's Russian, so I think this might be Hamadou Diom. Process of elimination. I think that feels correct. This ended up being Alexander Booth. So you have the 2... Yeah, we need to go back, actually. Okay. This is a good start. There's another... Let's see who's... Can we see who's up there? He's standing guard. You just can't get a view of him. Okay. I don't know if the previous one's gonna tell us anything different. I guess it could have. But what I want to check is where the guys are sick. we're looking for probably a bitter cold, chapter 2, part 1, where he died, which might have been just out here. By the doctors. Hoping that'll tell us something. That's chapter 2, part 2. Where was chapter 2, part 1? Wait. Maybe this is it. Chapter 2, part 1. Cool. Bitter cold. They're speaking Russian. And they're speaking Indian. Okay. He's worried about his friend. What would tell us anything about these guys? So these are our 3 Russians, so we can confirm this dude, who is, I think we've named him Leonid Volkov. Yep, there's that guy. And this guy, cool. So those are our 3 Russians. One of them says, "Stop your cheating, worry about yourself." The other dude's looking back. Who's talking, though? So how do we tell who between these two is which? Because they're both... We're gonna have to look at their other memories and see what they've experienced, probably, and somehow that... Ugh. Because, let's look at this. The calling. Are they both there? They are. Both of these guys end up helping Edward Nichols. Why? Why do they both help? They both end up dead. They both end up drowned. Does one of them end up drowned first? Somehow there's a clue to his name. Okay. So I'll have to check that memory again for those 2 guys. Who else? Well, see, one of them actually Mother of God. I think that is one of them speaking in Russian. Keep rowing. They both end up pulled overboard. Do they end up pulled overboard in different parts? Both gone. He's still there. He's gone. Oh, Hagen. You still breathing? Can you row? They're both here there. Oh gosh, how do we tell which is which? I guess one of them has experience shooting a gun. Since he was part of the... Okay. I mean... Does it mean this guy is getting orders to shoot? Does that mean he... speaks English? So would he be William? Would they trust a Russian, like, just... Would you trust a Russian... Not you, but like... I don't know about... Are you going to trust the Russian guy that doesn't speak English, or are you going to trust the one that does? Wait, that's the Indian guys, right? Oh, shit. Alarkis Nikishin or Alexei Toporov. How do we know? How do we know who's who? I know you're one of them. Don't. Mother of God. This issue sings about monsters. This guy who speaks... We know he's one of the 2 Chinese guys left. Let's remove those guesses real quick that I think are incorrect. Oh wait, we think he's right. We do think he's Hamado. I wonder what, like, told me that this guy's name is Hong Li. Maybe someone says Li somewhere? I don't know. Someone says Endaemon. A demon. Who would say that? Would it be Lars Lind? Where was he from? Or would it be the only other guy? Okay. Who was here when he got... Okay, that's fine. This is so difficult. Okay, we're gonna have to go back, keep looking at the memories. He's a 2. He's a 2 somehow. He's a 2. He's a 3. 3. 2. So he's supposedly easier. So maybe we focus on the ones that are easier. He's a 3. He's a 3. So these guys are pretty hard to figure out. So we need to work on other characters first. He's a 3. Ah, yeah, this is the guest that I wanted to remove. I'm not sure who he is. And this guy's a 1. So we need to figure out who he is. His only memories are... Let's bookmark his memories. He doesn't have a lot. So he's got... He was in part 1. Yep, he's just in these 2. And then he's here. And then he's very sick. They'd have picked it up at the Lascar house. Checked all hands just now. Everyone is healthy. And him, what are his chances? I gave him some laudanum. What is laudanum? I don't know if that's relevant, but... Why did I look it up in French? Historically used as a potent addictive painkiller and sedative. Okay. It's not really used as much today. Side effects: severe constipation, sedation, respiratory depression, dizziness, and nausea. Okay. Maybe we need to go to his memory to figure out. He's already starting to feel crappy. You can actually see that. These guys are both fine. He's kind of like he's starting to not feel good. So what would tell you about these guys? Let's check the next part.
Well?
Same as the other fellow. Some lung disease, not consumption. Made worse by the cold.
Will it spread?
If so, we'd all have it. They must have picked it up at the Lascar house. I checked all hands just now, and everyone is healthy.
And him? What are his chances?
I gave him some laudanum. We'll see.
Rookie. These guys are obviously very worried. What detail am I missing that's gonna tell me about each of them? Like, this guy's supposed to be easy. All he says is... And him, what are his chances? They must have picked it up at the Lasker house. So maybe it has to do with who came together, because these two maybe are the only two that came from the Lasker house. This guy and this guy. How do we know who came? Just says Saeed. Renfred. What is Renfred of a name? Renfred is a masculine name of Old Germanic and English origin. Okay. So maybe, hear me out. Renfred and William. A Lasker house, we looked that up, is like a place for people from India or like Southeast Asia, seamen, to stay. But if Renfred and William are both from England, maybe, since their names are Renfred and William versus Abraham and Solomon, then this guy is Abraham, because he was with Solomon at the Lasker house. That seems like some deep digging. I don't know how this is considered a 1, if that is correct and how it works, but I'm going to go with add Abraham Akbar as our... So now it's figuring out who's who in between those two, but... Okay, I feel okay about that. I really don't know if that's correct, but I don't know how he's a 1. So let's move on. Maybe let's go look at these other two dudes' memories and see how they ended up dead. I could be totally wrong on that, though. So let's look at Renfred. Well, I guess we look at the picture because we don't know which one's Renfred. Let's look at this guy. He's got 12 memories. So he's here. We see him here. He's obviously upset. Ooh, we should look at this. This with the cow. I don't feel like we ever really looked much at this part, so maybe that'll tell us some more, other than what was happening with the cow. Both these guys are in this part. He gets spiked. They're probably working, if I remember correctly. Who dies first? Okay, this guy dies first underneath. He gets crushed by the cannon. No names are used. So he's going to be the next easiest to figure out. Oh no, he got crushed carrying the thing down. That's what it was. Okay, so this guy's the last one of his 4 that is alive, and he gets crushed later. He's in this scene. He's in this scene. And he's also here, maybe sleeping. And this is where he dies. Once they're fighting the giant squid. Load, move by hands. Aim, level, ready. No, okay. So I'll have to go back and check his, but he's a 3. The other guy's a little tougher. Or this guy's the toughest of the 3. Probably you have to figure out who he is, and then we can process of elimination know which one the other one is. So let's get out of here. Is there something we can see? Any of these rooms? Just give me a name. Give me a name, man. William or Renfred? Can't go up there. So the next memory we're looking for, shoot, is maybe where he dies? Is that what we were looking for? After he dies? This is where this guy dies. Oh yeah, I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna look at the cow. That's right. Okay, let's go check out where the cow died and see what we can see in the rest of that memory. These last guys are tough. Again, we could guess, but
Heads are here. One swing. Gertrude.
what is that? Take him to the carpenter's, get him wrapped, and see to hit the last rites.
Skull in stone or brain. I'll cut her throat when you've done
What
it.
is that about?
Yeah. Come on before she kicks up. You all right there, sir?
Never been on a farm, Chuck?
Mind your shoes now.
Taking him up. Where's the carpenters? I thought the carpenters was like... Oh, it is up a level. He to his last rites. So they're saying take him to the carpenters, get him wrapped, and see to the last rites. Under shoes now. So they were taking him to the carpenters to get him wrapped. So how does that tell who's who? I don't know. How does that tell me? Information I need to know. We've got all these guys named. It's interesting why that dialogue is in here and the doctor's watching. I need to like re-listen to that again, I think. Something important about that. Who's talking?
Take him to the carpenters. Get him wrapped and see to the last right.
Doesn't sound like the
Better
doctor.
here. One swing. Get through the skull in stone or brain. I'll cut her throat when you've done it.
Here?
Yeah. Come on before she kicks up. You all right there, sir?
Never been on a farm, Chuck.
Mind your shoes now.
Says mind your shoes now to like this guy? I think that's him talking. What is, yeah. So they're taking him up to the carpenters. It's just like one leg. It's weird. Is there more? This is the last part of this, no? It's... yeah. That's him right there. This is actually where he's dead. Taking him up to the carpenters. Which is... carpenters all the way over there. Armor should be all the way over there. So why did I just don't... I don't understand that. Getting wrapped and see to the last rites. That's tough. That's really tough. I'm not sure what nuance we're looking for there with that, with those guys. So let's see if we can find where the other guy gets killed. Is it here?
Sir,
Which part are we looking for? We're looking for part 3, chapter 7. This is 4. Where's 3? No. Not there either. I don't think. What's that him? Oh, nope, that's not. It's part 3, chapter 6.
What's going on?
Stay back! It's already going to Nick.
Hey! Come on, boss! No, get there! Hey! Cat!
He is here somewhere. Where the heck is he? Is he up? Who's the guy hiding? Oh, it is him. So is that important? I'll check these memories too. Actually, we wouldn't want to check this one. We would want to check. The weed is alive. I want to find where he died though first while we're down here. Might be right here. That's 3, I think. Yep. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how to differentiate 100% between these guys. Renfred, Raju. Should I write their names down? So they'd say Ren, call one of them Ren or something, call one of them Will. I've just missed William. They're both seamen. Both from India. My only thought is like order. Like I know order is kind of important. Maybe that's part of how we're supposed to figure some of these guys out. Like if you're a little higher, you're higher ranked. Like which seems to kind of make sense, like the ranking. The passengers are all above the stewards. But like you have these guys who are the workers are above. Yeah, I don't know. Like that's your ranking. So like Renfred Rajub was helping. This guy was helping shoot. So would he be the one more likely to be helping with the cannons because he's higher ranked? Or is it just because everyone else is like dead already and because these two guys kind of do things together up until the point where he dies. Oh man, that's tough. Alarcus Nikishin is the top seaman on here. Who is the gunning squad? Patrick O'Hagan, Henry Brennan. Who else was on this firing squad? John Naples. I don't know if that's a good enough reason. Say that this guy is higher, so he would be the one on the firing squad, or maybe he'd be lower because it was actually kind of guys lower that were on the firing squad. I'm trying here, I'm trying. Oh, I really don't want to. I don't want to guess, but I'm feeling so stumped on some of these. Other than like, is there any like where they sleep? Is there any like order based on number? I don't know. This dude, I think he gets actually crushed by a beast. Thought he got crushed by the loose cannon, but I think he actually... Well, yeah, it's actually... I think he is crushed by the cannon. Thought it was the beast, but the beast... I guess it could be considered either. The beast crushed the cannon into him. And these guys... Did we get them right? They were blasted with a cannon by a terrible beast. Crushed by a loose cannon by a terrible beast. Ah! So even the top men have come down to help. So what are these tattoos? Like, he's shirtless a lot. I don't know if that tells us anything. He's shirtless because he's used to living here. So that means he's... I don't know. New Guinea? I don't know if he's Maba. Who's Maba? Who are the top men we're missing, too? I know we're missing a couple of the Chinese guys. We're missing an English dude and a Scottish dude. What other top men are we missing? Hmm. Maybe this guy? I'm really stumped on the last two Indian dudes. I don't know. I think I'm gonna try and get the other ones down, and if I'm really narrowed down to like literally the two Indian guys and the two Russian guys, is that fair? Is that fair to brute force at that point to just guess? Because it's really tough. Maybe there's something here. Oh, where is that guy? No, that's not what we're looking for. Looking for... Nicholas Botterill, Chapter 6, Part 2. Maybe we gotta go back down. This is tough, friends. I think this is what we're looking for. Yeah, this is.
What is it?
Another one over there. It's him speaking. That would be so terrifying to run into that. So he ends up just hiding. I'm not sure if anything would be... So let's account for everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It says 7 others present. So I guess, does he count as being present? I don't think so. They didn't count him. Okay. So these are all seamen who are basically here doing the work up. Except for the one topman, it's yoinked. go back up top. See if we can tell anything about these guys. We named him. There's your Russian topman. Who is speaking during all of this? He's got an accent. Mainsail hauled up, secure the brace. Maybe? Is it the Russian guy, or is it... I want to know who you are. What is your name for sure, dude? You're Timothy Butement, Maba, or Lewis Walker. But I feel like we're missing a topman. Mainsail held up, secure the braces, and lower the top sail. The wind is live. Maybe it's the guy down here talking. Maybe it's the Frenchman. Okay. Let's go out here and see if there's anything we can tell about.
Ahoy! Ahoy! Wait! Don't shoot! I have treasure! I yield! Hold your fire!
Who's that looking overboard? They don't show. Oh, might actually be Captain Stewart there. Oh, this is brutal. I want to see the two that are pulled overboard. Two Russian guys both get pulled overboard. How do we tell?
You're still breathing? Can you roll? Nichols, sir, shoot them for God's sake!
So he was pulled overboard second. I really don't know. Larkish Nikishin Alexei Toporov. Oh, guys, I don't know. I didn't think I was gonna want to. I felt like I could find some more details on some of these, but this is brutal. I'm feeling like I might take some guesses. I don't want this to be boring for one, but two, like, I'm not sure what else I would be able to pick out. Maybe it's something about their appearance, their clothing, like...
Keep rowing!
Where is it? There! Something there!
I see it!
Give us a weapon! Shoot! My kid eye!
Pick up the oars and row, you fools!
I guess the one saying Mother of God probably isn't the one being pulled in. It's probably this guy, right? Who's smoking a pipe. Does smoking a pipe tell us anything? Let's look at your history. Do you smoke? Oh, these are the wrong guys. This guy and this guy. He's got a pipe. Mother of God. But who? How do we know which is which? Larkish Nikishin. Alexei Toporov. Guys, I don't know. I'm 50-50. Oh wait, I didn't actually put him down. Did I not? Let's go, we're genius. I don't know. I don't know how we're supposed to differentiate between the two. I did get Hamadou. Okay. So that one at least I feel like I had a legit reasoning. I mean, I knew those guys were Russian. We figured that out. But how we were supposed to differentiate which was which, that felt really tough. Okay. I think let's send it. I don't know if I have much more to go off of. So, I know we said at the beginning of this episode we were going to try not to guess, but he must not be Abraham Akbar either. I mean, we would have gotten him right. So that was incorrect. Otherwise, I just don't... Yeah, I don't know how to tell what pieces we've missed. Hey, buddy. What's going on? What's going on? How you doing? Did you wake up from your nap? So there's a way to tell between these guys differently, because one of these guys was trying to stop Edward Nichols, and the other one, it seems he was helping. So is there some information we can... Someone in this scene who's translating. I think it was this guy. They talk about a shell, very dangerous. And I believe this is one of our Chinese top men. I don't know which one. We got all his memories. He was here. He was here watching. Where else is he shown? Sleeping. Actually, I don't know if this guy is... What is he wearing? I think this might be one of the... This guy might actually be... He could be Maba. No, but he's on the boat, so I think he's... Right? Maybe this is Maba. He only has a couple memories. He literally has... Sleeping? And then he shows up. Give it up, he says. Give it up. Should go check out that memory real quick. He speaks English. So I don't think he is one of the Chinese topmen. I think the other two make more sense. So this is... Okay. Solve all the fates of Chapter 2 and Chapter 4. So that's Renfred Rajub. Again, no clue how I was supposed to figure that out. And that's Wheelie. Okay, so we have all the Chinese topmen. So let's go back to where he... I think that's through the first mate's room. Let me see it. Yep, right here.
On your toes.
Go back there!
Here.
Pepe!
Slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us. Give it up.
Just give it up, but he's got a very clear accent. I think it's Maba. Because he doesn't fit English, Scottish. Okay. And then we've got... Okay. We're down to our last few. Does this guy ever talk? I want to hear what his accent is. Bookmark memories. Let's look. He's here. He's just here helping underneath. He's here helping underneath. He's on the... He's somewhere in this scene. Again, he's everywhere. He's up top. He's sleeping. who was with him when he got ripped in half? I guess that could, like, help. There was a friend who was, like, sad. I think it was actually him dragging him off, if I remember correctly, in the next scene. So, yeah, I don't know why he's a 2. Maybe I should have been reviewing some of this, but... For conversations, he paid not any names that are mentioned. No words. Location on the corpse, refer to the ship map, and pay attention to labels of rooms where people or objects are found. Yeah. Been doing that. Deduce origins, roles, and relationships from depictions in the artist's sketch. Use the manifest to see all crew and passenger information in one place. I like that I'm rewatching this at the very end. Origins can give clues to a person's appearance or accent. I just don't know if I've heard either of these two guys talk. Roles can give clues about where people are found on the ship and their relationships with others. Did I ever watch this? Each person's manifest number is unique and may be useful in identifying them. That's hilarious. I don't know if I ever watched that. I don't know if I ever hit the question marks. Memories was... That's so funny. Oh. Soul appears in 8 memories. I don't think I ever watched that. So the numbers are important. So maybe that's what I should have been utilizing. Use the buttons at the top of the page to edit bookmarks and navigate between them. That's crazy. Okay. So each person's number is unique to them? 37 or 44. Scotland or England. I mean, in my opinion, this guy looks more like would be English and the other dude's more Scottish. More so the other guy is Scottish. That would be my guess. The last guy in the end. This guy feels like he's more Scottish. Yeah, I guess we didn't utilize the numbers, and maybe those were important. Could be wrong. He was torn apart. What else are we missing? So funny. It's obviously a detail that we just did not get. This, he's still not correct. Clawed by a terrible beast? I don't. Hmm. change that back. We have guesses on just about everything. I'm not sure. These are clearly not right. Is this guy Maba? I don't know. I feel like based on this dude's accent, this guy should be Maba, but shot by Ever Nichols. That seems correct, no? We're obviously off on those. What else? Oh, we are so freaking close. Let's go back and see what it said again. A validation. This may or may not be correct yet. We did see this. I feel like we just didn't see the other part, or maybe we just forgot about it. I definitely remember this. I just don't remember the thing about the numbers, but maybe we did. Conversations. Boom, for the ship. Deduce origins, roles, and relationships from depictions in the artist's sketch. Use the manifest to see all crew and passenger information in one place. Origins can give clues to a person's appearance or accent. Yeah. Got that. Roles can give clues about where people are found on the ship and their relationships with others. Yep. I feel like we've done pretty good with that. Each person's manifest number is unique and may be useful in identifying them. The only thing I could see with a manifest number is like maybe their bunks or something have numbers. It's interesting why certain people like helped others. He's just over here. Like, do the bunks have numbers or something? Or the hammocks? That we just missed? They say any sort of numbers, like 1 through, 8 through 12 are here. Be kind of curious to see if that's a thing. look at that real quick. It would be like one of these scenes. I never noticed anything that would specify where a certain guys sleep, but yeah. What do you got? What do you got in your hand, though? That's important. I don't think there is. Does the map say anything? Passengers, crew, starboard walk, carpenter shop. Guess you just have passengers over here. Everyone's sleeping, so you can't even tell who's who. Alright, we're on our final bit, so let's just let's see if we can get these last guys. Maba. I mean, that was Edward Nichols who shot him. So this is not Maba, maybe? I don't know who else it is. He has a pretty clear accent that does not sound English or Scottish. In my opinion. And he's definitely a topman. We could say this is William Wasim. Maybe he was crushed by cargo? He technically got his head bashed in. No one got eaten from what I can tell. Struck? Tail? By a beast's tail? Doesn't seem right. Crushed by a terrible beast. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. This guy, I don't know how he hasn't been correct yet. Spiked by a terrible beast? Oh yeah, it should have been spiked this whole time. So-and-so was crushed by a terrible beast. Was crushed by a cannon. I just don't know who's who in this predicament, but Timothy Butament. None of these switches are correct. Is I have to look and see how he died. fucking... I feel like I've looked at that so many times, but I just don't quite know. And then we have this guy. How do we not have this right yet? What's going on, little one? Alright. Okay. Well, we got something. Jeez. What did we get? So this is Lewis Walker. William Wassim. Crushed by a terrible beast. Can we get down, sir? You're gonna shut off my computer, please. Okay, so we got the Indian dudes. Okay, Bubba. We're almost there. We're almost there. We had to do a little bit of guessing at the end because we're just not sure, buddy. But we're trying. Thanks for supporting me. There we go. I'm really interested to see if anyone else, if there really are true answers into figuring out some of these. Maybe it has to do with their like number. And I missed that because I wasn't really looking for that previously. This is Lewis Walker, who was listed as England. So are we gonna say that this is actually Maba? And that this is actually I guess. He's Scottish? He just did that did this guy being Timothy Butement. I don't know, his accent, I'll be honest, did not sound Scottish to me whatsoever. That's why I didn't think that was him. Weird. So the dude with tattoos all along was Maba. Okay. I guess it was Maba. I gotta go back to this guy. Timothy Butement. I gotta go check his scene one more time because I don't know. It could be just me, but I don't feel like that accent depicted was very Scottish. Right? We're saying he was Timothy Butement, Scotland. This game is about like making, what am I doing? Making judgments by people's appearance, by people's accents, and
On your toes.
nothing about this guy really gave me Scottish vibes.
Here. Slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us. Give it up.
Yeah, not at all. He gave me more like Chinese vibes, so that's a weird one. That is a weird one to me, but alas. We only should have a couple more left, huh? We should have, Zhonghai Zathi and Alfred Klestiel. I guess I don't have their fates figured out yet. Pretty certain I have them correct. I just don't have... Is that it? And then it's Martin Perot. So... I only have
How many more people do I have left? Are those the only two left? Only two chapters I have left? Parts that are not filled out completely? Boom, boom, boom. That's only two, so how does that work? Because the other guys... The other guys beat our unknown fate. They make for the lazarette, secure the hold, shoot someone, shoot the damn thing. They were trying to go down to the lazarette, it seems. I feel like he was speared. Spiked. That's what it was. Spiked by a terrible beast. But I don't know if we actually see where that happens in his memory. Yeah, some of these last ones were really, really hard. If there was any sort of little nuance to being able to tell some of these guys, I'm not 100% sure what it was. I don't really understand that guy being Scottish. What am I looking for? I'm looking for maybe here. Oh, not the decapitating sound again. I wanted to see where this guy, he got... So do we need to go one part earlier? But I can't come down one part earlier. If I'm correct, yep. It's always been an issue. He just gets spiked right here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to tell how these two guys died. 100%. Unless I have them flipped somehow, but there's 4 people left. I thought we were doing this in groups of 3, so how did we go... How do we have 4 people left? That part's also weird. We did it always in groups of 3. We should have 3 left, right? Or 6. I don't want to just guess until I can figure out what answers our combo is correct, but... By beast's tail. I wouldn't call a... By beast's hooves. I would call it tentacles. Okay. Go back one more time to this guy. Where is it?
Put me down. Let go.
Easy now. You're in a bad way.
Oh I think he lost an arm. I've never noticed that.
The squid's gone. Your mate was torn apart.
Oh, I think he did lose an arm.
How did you kill it?
We did it.
Oh, okay. I think he was torn apart, technically. Is it gonna tell us? I'm looking for Soldiers of the Sea. This guy was spiked or speared. The other two guys, yeah. I think we just have to go with this.
Left with the store.
And let's see what happens if we leave now.
The hold. Said he chased it off. You should rest.
So it's looking like it's going to be a pretty long episode. Maybe we'll, if it does allow us to get the final part, maybe we'll do that in one last piece. Let's try it. I don't think there's anything else I can do. There's two guys who have completely unknown fates. They don't have a part in the book to even fill out their fate, which I assume is in this chapter. So let's see what happens. Worst case, we can come back, but I don't actually know what I would do if I have to come back. Try it again.
All done? We should go. Storm's nearly about, so we won't be coming back.
Unless there's some way for us to break
Still
into
business
that,
here. Climb up and finish it.
door.
Else
but-
I'll make to port.
Let's see what happens. No harm, no foul. If nothing changes.
Finally. Sit down so you don't fall out.
Take us back. Later. Okay. So we have the... I don't know if we need to read all this, but we probably get more information on how people died. Maybe there'll be something on... the boss and exceptional performance of duties. Torn apart. It says fate torn apart. Gave us some... Okay, what about the... ship steward? Fate spiked. Stay awarded outstanding wages. Okay. What about the other guys that we don't know? Fate unknown. Or Martin Perot. $9,000. Chief Inspector. Pocket watch remains in your possession. I want to know. Come on, Henry. Send us the final chapter. I just hope I don't get the exact same ending 1 year later. Feels like I might not get the information I'm looking for. Still so many unanswered questions I have.
Right, well, get yourself home then. And tell Martha I said hello. Can you believe a letter at this hour? Must be important. I'll be turning in now. Tea's all gone, so you might think about 30 minutes.
I have a feeling it's the same. Yeah, Jane Bird again. Dr. Holmes passed away. Oh, the book was not fully solved. He asked me to express his appreciation at your attempt. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yep. So do we have to get these last two? Like, is that what we're missing? Uh, 56 fates solved. Yeah, that's the other weird thing. Like, how did we get to 56? I mean, mathematically, if we're going 3 at a time, we should be at 57 or 54. So I'm not actually sure where we ended up with. So that makes me think, okay, either one, we have to get these last two, or we have to somehow get in the bottom, in the lazarette. And I just don't know how. So it's just magically open now. Yeah. I'm feeling kind of dumb. Why I cannot get in there. And I'm also wondering about that, and if that's like the key or something. And how we're supposed to... Maybe it has to do with this whole storyline here. Maybe when we're out here we can find it? I don't know. Something else we can do? It's like, yeah, it's absorbing their spirits of these creatures. The shells. I am Confucian. Confusion, that is for sure.
Aye, sir. Checked and loaded them myself.
Good. Stay quiet and alert. If the wind picks up, we've no chance against the Obra Dinn.
休假，你稳做冇？
我冇问题，但是伊个想法绝对袂当互伊浪费水底。
但是遐个怪物出现，你绝对卖起来。
Aye, shut it up.
They say strange things about monsters.
No, I'm stumped. I'm stumped other than we figure out all of their fates. He doesn't even give you an option to pick his fate. Like, it seems to make sense that he was torn apart. He had his arm ripped off. Not decapitated. That would be his head. Arm ripped off. Yeah, these two, like, I just don't quite understand why they're not correct. We don't have any answers for these guys. My only clue into, like, getting in here it's open down there, but how? And there's this like spike through the. There's a spike in the wall, like it was thrown. How am I supposed to get in there? Or just something I'm completely missing, like a memory that I'm completely missing that will like start this whole thing I just have never seen down here. That would be sucky. Have this. Something somewhere? Very possible I just missed a like memory starter.
Keep pressure here.
What madness is this? 20 years my steward, and never a doubt on your sanity. Explain yourself. Those are ghastly beasts carrying a curse. Throw them back, your doom was all. Tie him up and put him in the lazaret with those things. He may yet find his senses.
All's fine, John. Been in worse spots, I think.
That line still cracks me up. Where's the rest of his like, you're fine, man. Oh, I'm stumped. I'm stumped. I'm stumped. Okay. Well, we're gonna end this part here. Hopefully we'll come back with a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know what more we're gonna come away with, but a better idea, maybe a different idea on how to get in and get that last chapter, because that just feels like the missing piece of our puzzle, and probably could have been missing parts of some of these characters that we just couldn't figure out. I don't know. Maybe. We shall see, but this game is super cool. I really like it. The ending so far has been a little frustrating for me, and maybe it's just because I'm not doing it right. It might not be the game's fault in any way, but I am a little like, yeah, I'm puzzled. I'm definitely puzzled, and that's okay. It's okay to be stumped. That's part of doing these blind playthroughs. That is pretty fun. So I don't know. We're gonna have to think on it a little bit. I don't want, again, this is a blind playthrough, so I'm not looking for help yet. But if I do end up with specific questions, I'll probably post them in my comments, or maybe in the next episode I'll have some clear questions that I need some help with. But it's okay, sometimes you get a little bit of a nudge in the right direction. Right now I am just not, I'm not finding where I'm supposed to be. Maybe I've just overlooked some things that I should not have. Not checked certain spots of the boat, maybe, that I should have. I did check the entire bottom here, but felt like I checked the entire bottom. I know we didn't go in this room, but one more time. There's another body that we can find in here. There's the guy hiding in the barrel. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like it. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully see you guys in the next video of Return of the Obra Dinn. I'm hoping the next part will be the final part, but we shall see. See you next time. Bye.